liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Ask anyone at this time to turn their cell phone to silent, please. Mr. Clerk, roll call, please.
Trustee Smith.
Here.
Clerk Noble here. Supervisor Kowal.
Here.
Treasurer Roman.
Here.
Trustee Voorhees.
Present.
And Trustee Anderson.
Here.
And Trustee Ruggles is excused tonight.
Okay, looking for a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
Support.
Mr. Roman.
Yeah, I'd just like to, Anthony, if you could remove 10K, please, just so that we can further investigate that topic.
Supervisor Kowal, I request to remove 10K till further discussion.
Okay, I have a motion to approve the agenda, subject to removing item 10K. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Ayes have it. Next item is public comment. If you have public comment for anything that is generally not on the agenda, please feel free to come up to the podium. You will have to identify yourself to the recorder, and you'll have 3 minutes to state your business. Any takers at this time?
Good evening. My name is Tim Vetter. I'm a resident of Springfield Township. So I came down to this wonderful community, first of all, to say thank you, Rick, for your support to help fight the proposed gravel plan that they're looking to install on Ormond Road. I just want to share a couple main issues that affects our community, that's going to affect your community as well. So the proposed gravel plan is in our township. There's going to be 80 full gravel trucks leaving that site and arriving to the site. Those gravel trucks, the proposed route right now is to go north on Ormond, west on Davisburg, south on Milford Road. That can always change. Empty gravel haulers can come from any direction. So there's going to be a lot of increased traffic coming through all of our communities, which is obviously not desirable. The other main issue is, without going into a lot of detail, there's just a lot of potential environmental issues, water quality issues. So we're fighting it, and we believe we have a good chance to win it. We have a website, protectspringfield.org. I put some flyers in the back. Anyone can go to the website, get more information. It's definitely something that your community can easily look at, sign the petition, and help support our cause. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay. Any other takers? Seeing none, closing public comment. Going on to consent agenda, which is a list of revenue, expenses, check disbursements, and department reports. Looking for a motion?
I'll make a motion to pass the consent agenda.
I have a motion to approve the consent agenda by the clerk. Look for support.
Support.
I have support from Andrew Voorhees. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, ayes have it. Items 7A and 7B, approval of the minutes of regular board meeting of June 17th and the special board meeting of June 19th. Any questions or comments from the board? Seeing none, looking for a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the meeting minutes of June 17th and June 19th.
I have a motion from Trustee Andrew Voorhees and support from
Yes.
Mr. Anderson. Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, ayes have it. Mr. Roman, your annual treasurer's report 2024. The floor is yours.
Thanks, Rick. Yeah, I don't usually present this until after the audit, but I'm just going to read the report. If anyone has any questions, please, jump in and feel free to ask away. So all investments within the township funds are made in accordance with Michigan Public Act 20 per the township's investment policy. Safety of capital has always been our foremost objective, followed by liquidity and then finally yield. Under our investment income, our general police building and fire fund investments earned approximately $977,000 in interest income in 2024, utilizing mainly FDIC insured certificates in the Oakland County Municipal Pool. The figure does not include interest earned on the unsettled tax collections. That was well over another $100,000. 3 of 4 of our financial institutions received an A or a B plus bank risk score from Robinson Capital Investment Advisors. We do use Flagstar Bank that was purchased in 2023 by New York Community Bank for tax collection. They received a C risk score, but the tax proceeds deposited at Flagstar in excess of $250,000 are all kept in FDIC insured financial products such as their ICS sweep and their CEDARS program. I included the ratings in the package in case anyone wants to go through them. The average yield on these investments this year was 4.11%. Market yield benchmarks are provided and based on U.S. Treasury bill yields. We slightly trailed the benchmarks primarily due to diversification using the county's municipal pool and as well as liquidity needs. Legacy costs, we're always looking at those. We continued funding our OPEB, which is our other post-employment benefits liability. That's for retiree health care. We transferred $655,000 to MERS in 2024. Again, those transfers help to fund retiree health care obligations of the township. Total transfers to MERS for OPEB since we started making contributions amount to $7.1 million. That's through the end of 2024. Those funds are currently invested in the MERS total market portfolio, and the value of these assets as of year-end 2024 amount to $10,020,735. I did attach the MERS total market portfolio information. It's also included. It describes the portfolio's objective, asset breakdown, and performance. Our taxable value of our ad valorem tax roll increased from approximately $1.475 billion in 2023 to $1.604 billion in 2024, an increase of approximately $129 million. The general fund operating millage for the ad valorem tax roll generated $1.433 million in 2024 compared to $1.334 million in 2023, so an increase of $99,000. I know you guys have questions.
We know all this information.
Yes.
Anybody have anything they want?
Mike, I want to commend you on your investment strategies over the last couple of years in particular. They have yielded a good return on the township's residents' funds and have enabled us to operate within our means of our budget, assisting that on top of the stewardship that you give. So I certainly want to commend you for that.
Thanks, Rick.
There's a lot of financial information in there. All of our financial information is posted on our website. I believe the audit is also going to be posted, if I'm not mistaken.
believe it's
Plant
not- I
Moran.
believe
If not,
it is
it will be.
posted.
So that will be up for review. Obviously, there's transparency at any time. If you have any questions as to where your dollars are going or what's going on, I would definitely recommend that you come up to the township and have a chat with us, and in particular, Mr. Roman.
Treasurer Roman,
Yes, sir.
so how much money did you make in interest? You said over $1 million last year?
Including the money on our current tax, as that sits in the bank before we disperse it to the schools and such. It does earn interest that we get to keep. So yeah, that was well over another 100,000. So yeah, over $1 million.
Great job, great job.
Yep, good job.
Thank you.
Just want to say, yes, very good job. I know managing numbers and everything else is not easy for everyone, but it's your forte, so congratulations on that.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. The other thing I just wanted to ask, I know we were talking about the rating as far as Flagstar. Did we, knowing that their rating is lower and knowing that Flagstar has now left White Lake, are we thinking of consideration of doing something else with regard to that?
Well, we're always thinking, problem is no banks are coming to White Lake. They're all leaving.
Right.
So, from that perspective, we've got their system down. We process all of the incoming checks right in our offices. We have the scanners.
Right.
So we're set up right now, to use them. And they've got what's called a sweep account, Steve, that earns really good interest right now. So because of that, and because it's all insured, we're FDIC with our money there. So we're not so much concerned with the
rate.
risk score.
Okay.
Okay, any further questions for Mr. Roman? Okay, Mike, thanks again. Appreciate that.
Good job.
Next item, 8A, it is, 9, I'll be fine. 9A, public hearing to hear public comments on the confirmation of the residential refuse collection project of 2026 through 2032. When this, it comes into public hearing, you as a resident will be able to speak your comments if you have any. We will not engage in any conversation because under the law, this is public hearing, which is just to hear what your concerns are. So at this moment in time, I'm going to make a motion to go into public hearing to hear comments on the confirmation of the residential refuge collection project of 2026 through 2032. That is in the form of a motion. Looking for support.
Support it.
I have motion and support. Roll call vote.
Supervisor Koval.
Yes.
Trustee Smith.
Yes.
Trustee Voorhees.
Yes.
Trustee Anderson.
Yes.
Treasurer Roman.
Yes.
Clerk Noble, yes.
We are now in public comment.
If I can offer just one
Certain.
clarification point, this is the opportunity for any protests
Correct.
to the establishment, a confirmation
Correct.
of the assessments.
Correct. May I approach the podium, please? You'll have to state your name for recording. You have 3 minutes to state your business.
My name is James Junga. I live at 5460 McKeechee Road. I received a letter from the township outlining what the taxes will be for the refuge for the 7-year contract. The only thing that I found, I won't say disturbing, but needs clarification is the third paragraph on the back of the letter that said, costs associated with the special assessment district are of such a nature that periodic redeterminations of the costs will be made from time to time without further notice to us as residents of those who are interested within the party of the properties where the assessment is attached. That sounds to me like it's a wide open way to raise the taxes. Is that clear? I mean, what kind of assessments are you talking about that you won't bring to us?
All I'm going to tell you is this is, a lot of this is done with statutory language. So my suggestion to you, if you want further clarification on it, because this is public comment only and not debate, is to come in and talk to the assessor's office. We'll be happy to talk to you about it.
Or you can
See,
say
I guess the
afterward.
concern was, will it raise what we pay every year?
Well, after the public comment, we can.
We can
kind of-
try to
Okay.
address it, yeah.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else?
Yeah, I got a question.
There'll be no question at this time. Okay, only a statement. This is public comment, not public interaction.
I'll
So,
make a statement.
okay,
I don't like the idea of the way you guys done this.
okay.
Reminds me of a bunch of hicks.
Can you state your name,
You have to
please?
state your name for the
And
recorder,
address?
sir.
Oh. You want my address?
Yeah, we need your name and address for the record, please.
It's 9052 Dillon Drive,
Thank you.
White Lake, Michigan.
And your name, sir.
And, I can't make no comments, huh?
You can make all the comments you want.
yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, the first thing, I don't like the way the garbage is handled. You break a oil line on a garbage truck and it spills in front of your driveway. And they come and put a whole bunch of shit down to pick up the oil, right? But they leave it. So we gotta clean it up, right? Well, somebody's gotta clean it up. They don't do it. You guys don't do nothing about it. So shouldn't I get paid for cleaning it up? Should get a new garbage can out of the deal. And the last time I was here, you raised the garbage rates. I think it was for 2 years. You didn't even know there was about 19,000 houses. So you're raising it $8 a month. times 19,000. How much is that? None of you know. Because this ain't figured out right for 6 years. Did any of you ever figure it out, year by year, how much it was? It's more than you say it was. So I'm against it, the whole damn deal.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Can we have your name for the record? Because if you want to protest it, then we need your name, sir.
He's not going to give it to you.
Forget it. Okay, anyone else at this time?
I just want to explain to the audience, if you want to actually protest, then we need your name. If you don't want to give it, it's okay, but if you want to officially protest, then we need your name, sir. If you don't want to give your name, that's up to you, but if you want,
My name's Joe Sawyer,
Joy,
S-A-W.
thank you, appreciate it. Thank you.
J-O-E.
Okay, anyone else at this time?
Can't do questions, we can do comments. I called around to a lot of the other cities that are near to us to find out what are they paying for their taxes and how's that going? So Waterford has 5% discounts for veterans and seniors. They have 3% discount for auto pay, electronic pay, annual prepay. They have quarterly billing that's $42.52, which is only $170 a year compared to what you're asking of us. Highland, $180 a year, quarterly billing. Well, sorry, that one's on winter taxes compared to what you're asking of us. Heartland has no involvement with their people. They let them contact their own trash people, which is brilliant. I came from West Bloomfield. We were allowed to cancel our trash or pick our own company to pick up our trash. I really miss that because my comment is that someone who has 2 bins or 5 bins is charged the same amount as me who takes 1 bin, and I can use 1 bin a month and would absolutely love it if there were more flexibility to this trash pickup because I'm one person. I'm one garbage bag, 1 32-gallon garbage bag every 2 weeks. That's not compared to somebody who's putting out 2 or 5 bins for the same price that I'm paying. So I'm wondering, how can I get out of this trash pickup and elect my own? I understand the HOAs are allowed to do that under certain circumstances, and my, whatever you said.
What's your name and address?
Oh, I'm sorry. Susan Samposky, 3030 Porter Road, next to you. Anyway, so what I'm looking for and my complaint against the tax change is I'd really like to get out of it. I don't need it, but I definitely, as a single person owning a home, need that money for myself, for my own things. So that's all. I just called around and it seems we pay a lot more than other people. So, good.
Thank you for the comment. Anyone else at this time?
Kay Summer, 333 Melinda Circle East. I just wanted to make sure that we're, have put in place, I was out of town last week, so I didn't get to attend when the previous meeting was. Since priority has taken over, we have repeatedly been forgotten either to pick up the yard waste or the garbage, and our street has been lined with cans for the entire week till they come again. I don't mind this, but we need to have something in place that said, if they don't pick up my garbage and they don't pick it up on a regular basis, am I still paying for a service that is not coming, or how is that going to happen? And I hope that when you send it out to us, that we can have some recourse for not having our garbage picked up. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else at this time? Okay, seeing that, I will close public comment. I'll make a motion to close public comment on the public hearing for the confirmation of the residential refuse collection projects 2026 through 2032. That is a motion.
Support.
I have motion, I have support. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We're out of it. Okay, now we'll have a little discussion. The trash contract was competitively bid. We put that out there, and
You should probably do it under the resolution.
I want to talk about it now because they're interested in knowing, okay? And they were interested, we put it in competitively bid and we received really only one bidder. The companies out there are very far and few between to do this business. One of the problems of independent pickup, of which this township did, and why Waterford Township got away from it, was because of mass confusion, garbage trucks 4 to 5 days a week, and the roads getting the bejeebers beat out of them, okay? So that's another problem. So we have had good success for the township here for many, many years with a single hauler and have been very competitive. Perhaps some of the contracts that you looked at were older contracts under older pricing. Ours is a newer contract. So we've done the best that we can to try to get the best service. As far as difficulties and issues, we know that they occur. Believe me, we are on their tail all the time trying to get after them to make sure that they remedy all of these problems, because you should not have to worry about that. It's just a very difficult situation that southeastern Michigan is in, not just White Lake, and it's bordering a monopoly, okay? So when there aren't options to go to, it's a little tough to do. So that's one of the things we try to be aware of. All I can suggest is you call their number. If you don't call their number, then hopefully we'll be able to help you out and try to remedy whatever the situation is. They have a heightened awareness of what their issues are, and they've tried to remedy them. Have they had a few hydraulic leak breaks? Yes, they have. We're not privy to every one of them that happens, so we can't always get after them to do everything. So when you have trucks on the road, unfortunately, that's going to happen. It's not necessarily acceptable, but it's just a fact. It just happens. You get flat tires, it happens. Hydraulic hoses break, it happens. But they need to be responsible, clean it up. So if things like that happen, we need to be made aware of it so we can get after them to get it cleaned up, okay? So, yes, sir.
They practice their bowling with my blue garbage can that I put my cans in that in. My neighbor lives across the road, he's got a sidewalk, so I always stop over there and pick his up. And then walk across the road, get mine, empty it, and then roll it across at my 2 pillars in my driveway to cement. What the hell, he's practicing his bowling?
Yeah.
He's got the damn thing all wrecked now.
Yeah, I can't comment on that. My only suggestion,
I can't either.
yeah, Mom,
I don't know what the hell he does.
I have a suggestion. If you have an issue like that, try to videotape it or whatever.
He's practicing his bowling's all I can figure.
Yeah,
I go to the bowling alley.
I can't answer for their employees, okay?
One other comment that I wanted to address, I think you covered almost all of them, Supervisor Colwell, but this board isn't raising your taxes. We did the best we could to negotiate the best price. I'm sorry, I'll bring it closer. Can you hear me now? Okay. This board isn't raising your taxes. We did the best we could to negotiate the best price we could for our residents with the one bidder that we had. So
$7, $8 a year is quite a bit.
I don't disagree with you, but when that's all that's presented, to us, and we did our best to negotiate, the price that the company is willing to do.
You get the total right. When you figure out 6 or 7 years, you ought to come up with an amount. You got about $38.
Yeah, I'm not sure on those
I can have our
figures.
assessor answer that for you.
Yeah.
Because I want to be clear on this. The new trucks, when priority was switched over from GFL to the gentleman in the back, they had a very hostile takeover where drivers were sabotaging the GFL trucks that priority was taking. My neighborhood had oil spills. We would call out, we had multiple residents call. The new trucks that they're putting in service are going to have cameras on them that are going to be able to videotape. And like someone said earlier, if you got a Ring doorbell or your neighbor has it, take a video of that, contact the supervisor's office, ask for Patricia Pergament, and I guarantee you'll get results. Go ahead and answer, please.
Well, I got half a can every week.
Yeah, he's going to answer that. He's going to let him answer that for you.
As far as the change in the letter that was on the backside of the notice, the letter was intended to help with further explanation of it. It's not required under the notice. So the increase, we're getting a lot of questions, is what is the increase? And the increase is approximately $38 from what you're paying on what you paid on your prior tax. Yeah, and So it's going from around $215 currently to like $253.89 per year, and we've laid out each one of the years for the 7-year period. There's 10,400 houses within the special assessment district, not 19,000. You're looking at the total cost. I mean, we can add it up. It changes every year. This board adds and removes parcels to it in November of each year for new construction and demolitions. So it's a constant moving target. We do prorate the new construction. So when you're in there, if you're in there for 4 months, then you'll pay 4 months for that year. So it's ever evolving and changing as new construction and C of Os are added and deleted. The language that's of concern about changing the special assessment pricing is out of PA 188, where it does allow for some changes in pricing, depending on the percentage of change needed. I can say that that's just in PA 188. The last contract, we stuck to the exact rates that you're seeing on your notice right now. Those are the per year prices that'll appear on the winter tax bill.
Yeah, so, James, I know you had a question about being reassessed. I think Dave just answered your question if you understood his answer.
Not totally, but.
No, makes no sense.
But what he's saying is the odds of being reassessed are very low. I'm not sure what kind of circumstance would actually come up to where you would actually be sent another bill for garbage collection. Highly unlikely.
Yes, sir.
What are you saying?
You need to state your name.
Oh, the guy in the back.
Okay.
I'm sorry?
Just the gentleman with the glasses on his forehead is the gentleman I was pointing to. If you could come forward, identify yourself, and state your.
Michael Moniz, Lake Grove Drive,
What's your street number, please?
4775.
Thank you.
So when you sent out the trash for a bid, they bought the bid, right? At a set price?
The contract was proposed at the price that it is, correct.
Then what's the special assessment for?
That's what the special assessment
The
is.
special assessment is, so we take the total amount of what the garbage is gonna cost us for the year.
Yep,
Divide it by all the people that are gonna have garbage pickup,
yep.
and it's invoiced to every resident.
In just the special assessment area.
Correct. It's a-
What's wrong with the rest of White Lake?
I'm sorry?
That is the White Lake.
According to your map, it's
as an
only a small section.
Yeah, No.
No, it's the entire
all over
township.
It's the entire township.
Over 10,000 parcels get picked up.
Yeah, it's very misleading on your website. It shows only a section.
Well, we'll have
which
to
is
look
in
at our-
the
we'll have
area
to
that I
look at
live
our
in.
website. I'm
That's
not
why
sure
I'm
what you're
asking.
referring
If it's bid out like any other contract, it should be held to that price that they bought it for, correct?
to. Yes.
I mean, just so you're aware, we had
Our
three
contract
people, three
expire.
companies that applied, okay? So it is a monopoly, it's getting down to it.
I totally understand. A contract of 40 years, I know.
Waste Management came, and they withdrew their bid, so they were getting Intel. And then we had two other companies. We extended the life of the contract so we would get a better deal for the residents instead of keeping it short. And to the person in the back that spoke about getting their own garbage, that's a great idea, but you will not be able to beat the costs that we have. A lot of the subdivisions in White Lake, we're a township, we're not a city government, so our roads, like in my neighborhood, we have to do a SAD if we want to recap our roads. That means each individual homeowner, based on square footage of their lot, is going to get assessed.
I know.
So by
exactly what
having
you're talking
multiple
about.
trucks come in our neighborhoods, that's causing harm, and that's what he was saying. Waterford at one time.
Yeah, no,
five
I'm not, I
different-
don't agree with
Five different garbage
the
trucks.
different companies.
And
Bid it out
also-
on one company
also-
at one rate,
Also,
and let's hold it to that rate instead of consistently raising our price on everything.
In theory, that's how it is. We have had very good luck with the contracts that have come before us. To date, to my knowledge, every contract that the township has had has progressed a little bit, and
Correct.
those numbers have been held to. The same language was in every one of those agreements.
So that letter is worst case scenario for next year, and then the next year it goes up each year? Is that how it was bid out?
It is the
On
number.
a revolving,
The number that they give you that has a slight increase every year,
Right.
that is correct.
Okay, so that's how the contract was
Correct,
presented and bought.
because their costs are gonna go up.
Absolutely, it
Their
always does.
tipping fees, their
Yeah.
dump, the gas, you name it,
I know.
labor, all of the
Yep.
above. But that's, what's presented in that contract is the outline of how that financial transaction will take place with the.
Okay, so if it doesn't reach what's on that, are we getting money back from it?
Oh, it'll reach it.
Oh, I know it will.
I
It
have,
always does.
yeah, I
Trust me,
have
know.
yet to see that happen. Okay.
Trust us, everybody on this board is very conservative. We've got a great team, great assessor, and that worked on the garbage contract, and we're paying taxes too, everybody on this board. We want it as low as we possibly can with the best service. Now, we can't guarantee the service, but what we can guarantee is hold them accountable.
Right.
And I've done it, I've held back signing the checks for their, which I believe is about 178,000 last month. So if somebody's not getting service, contact one of us and we'll get on them, and we'll do the best we can.
Okay,
That's it.
good enough. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Just to clarify what's being said here, let's take 2029.
Again, your name again?
Jim Jonga, 5460 McKeechee. 2029, it says we'll pay $277.20. Now, the paragraph below it makes me understand, or makes me think that it can go to 290 without any talk to us. Is that true? Can it be raised?
Care to explain
Because
that
that's
language,
paragraph
David?
below, it says you can increase, special assessments may have periodic redeterminations of the cost from time to time without letting us know. So how does that figure into what the set contract costs? What are you talking about, undetermined cost? What are those? Is that just like a catch-all?
Dave, it's generic language.
Again, it's.
What you're using.
It's language out of PA 188 that in the special assessment statute, the township boards can reassess within certain percentages at 10% or something like that. We haven't done it in the past, but it is there. And the numbers that you see on the letter side of the notice will be the numbers that you see on your winter tax bill. You'll be able to check that as we go forward, and this board hasn't changed them in the past. I don't believe they've ever changed them. We did one reassessment since I've been here, but there was a petition-based special assessment where they asked to be reassessed and increased. So that is the answer, that the township board does have that authority, but this board would have to take it up and vote on it.
Statutory language.
Yeah, but why
Special-
wouldn't we be notified of that?
Okay, special, it's the way, take it up with your state senator. They're the ones that set the laws up. We have to abide by those. So there are many things that happen that the township is bound by state law to have certain language in certain documentation and take certain action. And we don't have a choice in the matter. We just have to follow that because it's state
So
law.
state law says you will not tell us this is going to go up.
That's what that state law kind of says, yeah, in a roundabout way. And I didn't write it. Neither did anybody in this board. And it's probably from 1942, okay? So that's just the nature of the beast.
Sir, what other special assessment districts outside of garbage, okay, we put sewer projects in. And in many instances, there's cost overruns. Those people get reassessed. That's what this law is stating. The likelihood that that would happen with a garbage assessment, I would say is very low. I can't think of an instance. Maybe if gas prices quadrupled,
Or if one of the major dumps closed around here.
or if a major dump closed,
Yeah.
so,
It's just the language makes it appear that you can raise it anytime you want.
we
without
don't make,
telling us.
we're not out to make money on it.
I'm not saying you are, but the language makes it sound like it could be shady, yeah.
I don't blame you for the way that you take it.
You can call Matt Maddox, your state rep, and he'll be able to explain that to
Yeah.
you thoroughly, because we didn't write the language.
All right, thank you.
He didn't either, but
let him
it's standard, it's standard in all SAD language.
Statutory
Yeah.
language. Okay. All right, moving on. Thank you, everyone. Next item,
You got on.
under new business. Resolution 25-020 to confirm a special assessment role for the Special Assessment District designated Residential Refuse Collection Project 2026-2032. That is in the form of a motion. Looking for support?
Support.
I have motion and support. All in favor?
Aye.
A roll call vote.
Supervisor Kowal,
Yes.
Trustee Anderson,
Yes.
Trustee Voorhees,
Yes.
Treasurer Roman,
Yes.
Trustee Smith.
Yes.
Clerk Noble, yes.
Very good. Motion carries. New business B, Resolution 25023, authorizing issuance of 2025 special assessment bonds, limited general tax obligation, Round Lake Southwest Sewer, Maine Special Assessment District. We're going to talk to bond counsel.
Good evening. My name is Pat McGow. I am a bond attorney. I'm excited to work with the township on this project. This is an action item to authorize the issuance of bonds to finance part of the cost of a sewer project. This project relates to the Round Lake South West Sewer Main. You know, this started at your board level back in 2023. Last month, at your meeting in June, you had the public hearing on the roll. The township board confirmed the special assessment role. And so now we're here tonight to move on to the next step, which would be to authorize the bonds. So the special assessment district was in an amount not to exceed $1,463,000. So that is the amount of bonds that are being authorized. That number may go down if there are prepayments. And the notice that was given last month, along with the public hearing, said that residents in the special assessment district can prepay without interest up to August 1st. After that, then interest starts to accrue. So the township has done a lot of different types of bonds. I think the last time you did a special assessment bond was back in 2021. This particular bond issue is relatively small at $1,463,000 and relatively short at 15 years. So the township's financial advisor has recommended a private placement negotiated sale for the bond issue. So when you think about selling bonds, when you did the bond issue earlier this year, that was what we would, that was also a negotiated sale where you hired an underwriter to sell the bonds. Other bonds the township has done, competitive sales where you advertise a notice for the sale of the bonds and whoever gives you the lowest interest rate is who you award to. This is kind of like that, except instead of going through the process of getting ratings and doing official statements, there's sort of a shortcut process where the financial advisor will send proposal requests to banks and other financial institutions and request bids on a certain date. They will provide those bids, and then you have the ability to award to the low bidder. So the process for the sale is a little different, but at the end of the day, the township is going to be taking bids for the sale of the bonds and then awarding the low bidder based upon those bids. So the resolution before you essentially authorizes the bonds, sets the maximum amount at that special assessment roll, not to exceed $1,463,000. The bonds are payable from the special assessments, but the township is also pledging its full faith and credit as backup support. So if for some reason there's a shortfall somewhere, the township would cover that, and that allows the investors to know that the township is standing behind it to give you the lowest interest rates. The resolution is the last action item related to the bonds. It authorizes the township officials to go forward with the bond sale, send out the RFPs, and then award the bonds to the low bidder. If approved, the plan would be to take bids sometime in September. We've targeted September 23rd, and then the closing would be about 3 weeks later in mid-October. So this is, again, paying for the part of the project that is being specially assessed to those property owners. They have the ability to prepay the assessments. If not, it'll start showing up on their tax bills with the December tax bill this year. So with that, I'd be happy to answer any questions you have about the resolution or the bonds or the process.
Well, we've become very familiar with bond processing here in the last couple of years in particular. Especially, we have one expert on this panel right here. By far, our treasurer has become the number one expert, and we've all gotten educated on it. Anyone have any questions this time on this particular bond transaction? Mr. Roman, any comment?
No.
Okay. Thank you very much for the presentation. I certainly appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks,
so much.
Patrick.
Okay, at this time, I would like to make a motion to approve, thank you, Resolution 25-023, authorizing issuance of 2025 special assessment bonds, limited tax general obligation, Round Lake Southwest Sewer Maintenance Main Special Assessment District. That is in the form of a motion. Looking for support?
Support.
I have motion, I have support from Mr. Noble. Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Anderson.
Yes.
Trustee Smith.
Yes.
Trustee Voorhees.
Yes.
Clerk Noble, yes. Supervisor Coal.
Yes.
Treasurer Roman.
Yes.
Very good. Motion carries. Thank you very much. Next item.
Thanks, Patrick.
10C, request to approve Elizabeth Trace Stormwater Easement Variance. Seems as though we have done this in the past before for decks and things of that nature. I'm familiar with the project. I'm glad to see that it's finally coming back to life. I thought it was going to be a zombie project till the cows came home, but I'm glad to see that you're going to do something with it. I don't have any questions on this. This is more, in my mind's eye, more of a formality. Yep. Just to push it through. So do you have any comment or anything, Mr. Potter?
Like I put in my memo, it's consistent with the existing phase. DPS has no objections to this.
Okay, very good. Any questions from the board? Seeing none, I'd like to make a motion to approve the Elizabeth Trace Stormwater Easement Variance as submitted. Make a motion, and that is it. Support. I have support from Mr. Anderson. Roll call vote?
Supervisor Coal.
Yes.
Clerk Noble, yes. Trustee Anderson.
Yes.
Trustee Voorhees.
Yes.
Treasurer Roman.
Yes.
Trustee Smith.
Yes.
Okay, good to go.
That would be included in the master
Yeah,
deed.
included in the master deed. Thank you. Okay. Make sure that gets on there, Hannah.
Oh,
Thank you for approving this. We're excited about this project, getting it moving along here. We appreciate all your help. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you. We appreciate you finishing that project off. I think that, how long has that been sitting, Sean?
20 years.
Yeah.
20 years.
I have a question for the lady right there. How many houses do you have left in the preserve?
I have 4 houses.
4 houses left, okay. That's great.
Okay, good. Thank you.
For
Give their names
$750,000?
for the record.
Thank you.
Will you come up and say your name for the record, please?
Oh, jeez.
Laura Kenny. I am a representative of PH Homes.
Thank you.
Not an employee, but a rep.
Nice to meet you, Laura.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Okay, next item. Item D, Resolution 25017, tentatively declaring an intention to establish a special assessment district to be known as the Mannon Lake Weed Control and Lake Improvement, 2026 through 2030. Questions or comments from the board?
Is this a new one?
It
This
has been
is
done in the past.
This is,
Brandon's ours.
yeah, this is not a new one. This is one that is expired, and it's a petition-based special assessment, which will go
Gotcha.
through the 3-resolution process of intention establishment and confirmation. You may want to, I don't know if there's anyone from Mandan here that wants to speak on this.
This is just a continuation, correct?
Well, it's a new one, but yeah,
Yeah.
the one's expiring, then just like our garbage one.
It's just
Yep.
No, just
Yep.
formalities.
another formality.
Right.
Anybody from Mannon Lake want to say anything? Moving on. Make a motion to,
Go right ahead.
yeah.
I'll
What?
do it. Make a motion with the intention of Resolution 25-017 for the Mandan Lake Weed Control and Lake Improvement. 26.
We have a motion, look for support. May I have support from Mr. Anderson, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, ayes have it. Mr. Roman,
What?
you were going to do E.
10E, okay. 10E. This is a resolution tentatively declaring its intention to establish an SAD to be known as the Sunset Taylor Road Maintenance. This is also it's a new SAD, but it is a continuation. We've been doing Sunset Taylor for a while. Any questions from the board?
Nope.
I will make a motion then to approve resolution 25-018, tentatively declaring its intention to establish the SAD to be known as Sunset Taylor Road Maintenance 2026 through 2030.
I have a motion for Resolution 25018. Looking for support? Support. I have support from Mr. Noble. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Ayes have it. Good to see people getting together and taking care of their property. Resolution 25019, tentatively declaring its intention to establish a special assessment district known as emergency sewer connections. This is something we do periodically. We've done it, it's sometimes twice a year. I think we're doing it now just once this year. This is for homes that are within the distance that is required under the Oakland County Sanitary Health Code to hook up to a sewer if a sewer is available and where funding may be difficult, so they have an emergency sewer connection program available. So we welcome people into this program because it leads to the water being a little bit cleaner and a much more reliable sewer system versus a septic tank, which in many parts of this township is just a time bomb. So I will make a motion to approve Resolution 25019, tentatively declaring the intention to establish a special assessment district to be known as Emergency Sewer Connections 2025-01. Formal motion.
Support.
I have motion, I have support. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Ayes have it. Resolution 25021 to refund the balance of funds collected for, now where's that guy that was talking about, he left. Doggone it. He left because this, you'll like this, folks, okay. So, Resolution 25021 to refund, did you hear that word? Okay, refund the balance of funds collected for a special assessment district known as the Grass Lake Augmentation Well. Mr. Roman, care to add anything?
No, so we had assessed right around 149,000. Costs came in at 96,000, so there's a significant refund that we're asking the board to approve to give back a little over 53,000 to 60 parcels.
Which is going to be $871.24 per parcel, more or less.
With that, I'll make a motion to approve Resolution 25-021 to refund the balance of funds collected on SAD district known as Grass Lake Augmentation
We
Well.
have a motion and I will support. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Look at that, the government giving money back. What a novel idea. Only in White Lake, okay? That's true. All right. Resolution 25022 to waive penalties for non-filing of property transfer affidavits under MCL 211.27B. David, I'm going to let you kind of touch on this one for folks that may not completely understand this.
When Proposal A was passed back in 1994, over 30 years ago, it requires when properties transferred ownership for owners to file a property transfer affidavit. And at that time, the affidavit had to be filed within 45 days of the closing. And at that time, there was a $5 a day penalty up to $200 for not filing the form. Since then, the laws change and the maximum penalties can be up to $20,000 for not filing on on certain commercial properties.
20,000?
20,000 on certain commercial properties and 4,000 on certain residential properties. When I first started in 2022, the township collected around $10,000 in penalties on the summer tax bill. And you know, we viewed it in the assessing department as kind of punitive to collect that fee if we could try to avoid it. So we started a process, and Andrea Grassi in the assessor's office really led this project. But when we received deeds from Oakland County, and we didn't receive a transfer affidavit, we would send property owners letters telling them, if you don't come in and file this form, you know, we're going to be forced to hit you with this penalty. So we were able to get the penalties down over the last couple of years to around between $1,000 and $2,000. For whatever reason, people still, you know, don't listen to our letters or don't respond to it. But the township boards or city councils within the state have the ability to waive this penalty if they're not filed. We really don't need the transfer documents. In most cases, we get the information from the Register of Deeds. The effort really isn't worth the penalty in my view. And I've had some conversations with Treasurer Roman over this because they go on the tax bill, and Kim in his office and I work together on that. And we discussed this and we thought, let's bring it to the board, try to explain it to them the best we can and see what your take is. And I recommend opting out of this and not charging these fees to the residents. But with that, I'll try to answer any questions.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. I don't see why people should be penalized because they maybe not get a document to us in a timely manner.
And most.
I've never understood that.
And not to belabor this, but most of the ones that we find are closings that are not with title companies and real estate professionals, and it's people selling their vacant lot to the neighbor because the neighbor wants it, and they didn't realize they had to do it, and then, they, for whatever reason, they didn't come in even when we notified them and warned them, for lack of a better term. So, board's pleasure, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, and purchasing a house is supposed to be a pleasant ordeal.
You're welcome to White Lake, here's your penalty.
Yeah, welcome to
Not a costly.
Not a costly, there's enough cost with homeownership, we all know, so I support the.
Yeah, I do too, but is there is there like, you have a certain percentage or anything like that of, I'm not even sure how to say this, like, that don't do this? Because I'm assuming 90% of it comes from the county, correct?
Well, the deeds all come from the county. We get all the recordings. It's
But is there like a certain?
the manual filing of this state authorized form and state required form at the local level is what we're lacking. And like I said, in many cases, we don't need it. We have the.
Right, correct.
But as far as a percentage, no, it's hard to say because the penalty is a daily penalty. So that goes up to $200. So somebody might have a $15 fine that we have to put on there because they're 3 days late or, so.
So it's not a big percentage of people that doesn't
Oh,
happen to.
no,
So like
no,
I'm just, like I
yeah.
said, just ballparking, like 5% of the people
Oh,
this
no,
happen.
less than that.
Okay,
Yeah.
just curious. No, I think it's fine too. I was just curious.
Yeah, I think it's good because it at least doesn't create administrative nightmare for your department. And you do an excellent job in your department, so let's not add, things to your table.
Nope, get rid of it.
Anyone else? Any more comments?
No, agree, yeah.
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve resolution 25-022 to waive penalties for non-filing of property transfer affidavits under MCO 211.27B.
I support that. You got lots of support.
We got lots of support.
Steve Anderson was first.
Mr. Anderson.
Anderson.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed?
Thanks,
Ayes
Dave.
have it.
Thank you.
Okay, next item, review and discussion of the conceptual design for the boardroom. Stu was gracious enough to be with us last. This is our architect, Stu Pettit, over here. That's it. Thank you.
Stu.
And we narrowed down from a number of drawings down to 2 concept drawings. And I know which one I like, okay? So, and I think you're showing it right now.
Yeah.
You can't see the perspective from the side on this drawing. There you go. So that kind of hits home to what Trustee Smith was talking about, a couple of others were talking about, that the side tables be present, forward, but movable, and a little bit at floor elevation, and that the dais for the board itself be at an elevated, 1 step up elevation for line of sight across the room. And I think you pretty well nailed it, Stu. There might be some details and some little construction technique things that we can talk about, but the overall concept of it, I'm happy with it.
No, thank you, Stu. I appreciate you took all of my suggestions and they put them into a nice concept for us. Just for the audience recap, the things that I had requested of our architect was to center the board in the room, tuck us a little bit further back, closer to the wall, so that we had opportunity for multi-use for the new boardroom. And then to make our department heads and chiefs be symmetrical on either side of us, so we can equally assist each other during a meeting. And then I requested the board to be slightly elevated so that we are able to see all of our residents and you're able to see us. And accessibility for the audience to be able to easily leave the meeting or come in as you would like to be and be comfortable in the room as you're joining us for a meeting. So thank you, I appreciate it. looks good.
Mr. Noble?
I love it.
That was easy. Mr. Roman?
Don't worry, Stu, you're not off the hook, though.
So I also like this concept. However, I would put at least one more seat on the main curve for our attorney, because it really is practical to have our attorney sitting, with the board, even though she rarely comments on anything. You just never know.
Well, you never know, she's going to kick you under the table.
I make faces.
I thought we talked about that we would be in our arcs, that we can all see each other and see
Yeah.
our faces, and Stu would make room for 8, but it was.
We're going to make sure that
Yeah, like it would be a little
okay.
bit spacious.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying, because I think right now,
Yeah, the
it seems
7
like
is
on this, there's only
symmetrical.
7. So that's my only comment. And then also, if you could move that dais back just a little bit.
Yeah,
And then the question I had for you, Stu, is wiring, as far as for technology, for these and for the podium. Can we do it without floor cutting? What are you thinking?
There'll be a platform raised about 7 inches or so, for all the board members to be sitting at a built-in counter, I'll call it. Underneath that platform, there's lots of air there. We'll run the wires around there and whatever we need to, so we won't have these wires hanging down in front of you there. So it'll all be underneath, all be hidden. Then we go back, access the wall. There'll be lots of services, communications, electric on the wall that we can access. There'll be outlets, one floor outlet of some sort where the podium is.
Mr. O'Neill, you know that you're not showing the correct one.
I do. Stu sent another version today, and I wanted to make sure you all had 2 sets. You had D, which I think you talked about last week, and today he sent E. And I don't know if you've all had a chance to look at it. It's obviously different than the one that you've mentioned that you prefer, but just wanted to make mention that it did come over, and so I wanted to at least show it.
Yeah, that one does not appeal to me.
Yeah,
Right.
right there.
Because, Stu, one of the things that I'd ask you is the distance between the people as far as in the audience and us. I think this one brings whoever is in those tables a little bit too close. That was one of the things that I was concerned about, because you couldn't tell me what the distance was as far as feet between the tables and the audience.
So I'm not in favor of that scheme, none of you are, so we can just.
Okay, good.
Right.
Yeah.
Any other comments from the board?
I still am not in favor, believe it or not, of the riser for us. I would like to have this, I love this look. I'm not a big favor of the risers, because I want the people on the side, believe it or not, but I know the conduciveness of the plane, so that can be used as a room, is not good, but I would love to even have the table on the side rose up a little bit. We're not any better than these guys or those guys. No, we're not.
So for me, it has absolutely nothing to do with being better or not
I'm
being
a
better.
team player,
It's
so I'll
for-
go with whatever's best.
It's for
but-
vantage point of the room, for us to
It's
be able to
so we can use the
see-
space.
Right,
Yeah.
it's for us to be able
That's-
to
that's
see
all
the
this is for.
residents and them to see us, and then have multi-purpose of the room, the most possibilities for the room.
Any other questions from the board, comments? Seeing that, Stu, I think you got your direction.
We need to vote on this, Rick, or no?
This is what, D2?
I'll take a vote.
Can I ask a question?
Well, we got a voice back there.
Sorry. My name is Barbara Wolf, 9135 Waltham. Will that boardroom there have monitor on the side, on either side, along with the one in the front?
Yes, there'll be several monitors.
I think they're shown, sort of shown here, and here, so the crowd will be able to see in a variety of directions.
It's difficult to see that if you didn't bring your reading glasses or your driving.
You can borrow mine.
It's
Yeah.
difficult for us
Sure.
to see it as well. This is, this isn't easy either, so, yeah.
Thank you. No, we're trying to take all those things into consideration, but we certainly appreciate you bringing that up. Thank you.
And Rick, if anyone in the audience would like to see this, let me know. And we have copies up here. You can stop in the office and we can share them with you as well, so.
Or they can take that.
Or Andrea's gonna donate hers to you right now.
So I think this is, and to the public out there, some of this dais that's going to be built is going to be built with some of the reclaimed wood from the trees that we had to cut down to put the property together. So we're recycling, repurposing the wood. So part of our history will continue on in every meeting that we have. So we've got it, let's use it. So it didn't get chewed up into firewood. So, yeah, okay. Yes,
What happens to this building? What happens?
we're not, too early to tell. Too early to tell. Yep, too early to tell. Can't look in my crystal ball that far. Yes.
Anaka Barron, 9060 Huron Bluffs in White Lake. The capacity of the room and seating for the audience, how many?
This has to be fully calculated out. There'll probably actually be between the room and the extension that we created through the use of some folding doors will be well over 100. Okay? All right. So this is for illustration. It only shows 40 chairs right here, but they're also a mile apart. These are a much tighter grouping, things of that nature. So we're going to get all that worked out. Our first thing was to get the dais worked out. Once we get that worked out, that has some technical items that have to be included in the engineer's drawing and the electrical engineer's drawing for the building. And this is important at this point that we make this decision and not be standing there after the fact and going, okay, what are we doing? And we're going to make a mistake. So we're trying to be preemptive and get this done. The seating will kind of follow naturally after this.
And the room is designed to expand for overflow if we
Yeah.
have a large meeting.
Yep.
I'd like to answer your question about these buildings. Down the road, we will be putting this up for sale. Could be this board, it could be future boards, but that money that we get out of this property from whoever bids the highest, it will go through a process. We'll go back into servicing the debt on the new Civic Center to bring down that debt.
Still unknown yet, though. Okay.
So just a point of clarity to Stu, I like the size of what you've done here, and I think we're in agreement, a little bit spacious to tuck in Lisa to fit in our council, but we don't want it to be so big because future boards may choose not to have the attorney sit here. So we're on the same page, right? We're not gonna make a huge
Yep.
center council.
Nope.
We're just gonna make it a spacious 7 to 8, right?
Yep.
Okay.
That's how I understand it. Okay, Stu, you got your direction.
Thank you.
Happy drawing.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'll be in touch.
And Stu, thanks for the
Yeah,
renderings.
absolutely, those are great.
And that
I
is-
like these a lot better than the little stick things.
Yeah.
Renderings are important.
I really appreciate it because you were a great listener and you included everything I asked for, so thank you so much.
For all these years, I'm trying to learn.
Oh,
Takes a while sometimes.
thanks, Stu.
Thanks, Stu.
Okay, item J is our annual municipal credit with SMART. This is the request to approve municipal credits and community interlocal agreement between Suburban Mobility Authority for Regional Transportation in White Lake Township. In other words, SMART. Lisa, council has reviewed this, and this is to get our municipal credits, which we in turn turn them over to WODA.
Can,
Go ahead.
So I did review it, and I do have issue with it. Particularly, there's a paragraph that they included in here about
Tell me that.
I told Trish.
Oh, she didn't.
About indemnification. My office represents 4 of the communities, and we are trying to get SMART to remove the indemnification provision for all 4 of our communities that we represent. We still haven't heard back from legal counsel at SMART, so my suggestion would be to authorize the township supervisor to sign once the issue of indemnification is resolved. I will also note that you do have to make a choice here. So you're going to want to make that choice and authorize the supervisor to make the selection and sign once the indemnification provision has been resolved.
Okay, go ahead, you're gone this far. What's the choice?
Well, the way you're going to get the money, it's in Exhibit A, Option 1 and 2. You just have to make the selection. Most communities are going with Option 1, but it's your decision.
The money is ultimately going to go to WODA. Yes, okay.
Well, no, this is about, whether some portion of the money stays for some other,
It does not.
So then 100
Traditionally, 100% of it's gone to WODA.
Lisa, I have one question. You're talking about the indemnification. Are you saying you want that whole thing removed or modification of the verbiage of the indemnification?
we're requesting they remove it altogether.
Townships are not allowed to indemnify.
Right, that's what I-
Period, right?
Yeah.
So,
And this wasn't in previous contracts, so we can't figure out where it came from or why. And frankly, we don't know how negotiable they're going to be. But by authorizing the supervisor to sign once it's been resolved, at least gives us some flexibility if they're standing firm.
Any questions or comments?
yeah, disappointing of them to put that in here. They
You know
should-
what really?
They should know
Yeah,
better.
bingo, Mike. Yeah, that's exactly it. They should know better, okay? So, and I thought you and Trish already talked over that.
So what happened was I saw this on the agenda for one of my other communities, and I called Trish and said, why haven't I seen this for White Lake? And then she tracked it down.
Okay.
And that's what I explained the issue was.
All right.
You want to make
okay.
a motion?
Please, Michael.
I'll make a motion to approve the interlocal agreement for regional transportation,
Subject to resolution.
subject to resolution of the issue of indemnification, and that we choose option 1,
And authorize the supervisor.
and authorize the supervisor to sign.
See how helpful the attorney is?
Sometimes.
I couldn't have done that without you.
That's right.
I'll support it.
We have motion, we have support, all in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it, thank you. Old business, second reading ordinance amendment, Chapter 8, Article 4, Building and Numbering, Section 8-141- placing of numbers on buildings. Mr. O'Neill, you care to add anything to that?
I appreciate Mr. Noble's office and all their hard work on getting this through. This is the second reading, and these are very minor changes, both this one and the next one. This one correcting our ordinance to match what's required by building code for residential address sizing, and then the next one, which we'll get to in a second, related to working hours on the weekend to give some of our residents some relief from construction projects that are going on adjacent to them. So I just, again, want to thank the clerk's office for all their assistance in getting this done.
Very good. Any question or comments from the board? I would like to make a motion to adopt the from second reading to adoption of the ordinance amendment, Chapter 8, Article 4, Building and Numbering, Section 8-141, placing of numbers on buildings. That's a form of a formal motion.
I'll second that.
I have motion as support from Mr. Noble. Roll call vote?
Supervisor Kowal?
Yes.
Trustee Smith?
Yes.
Trustee Anderson?
Yes.
Trustee Voorhees?
Yes.
Treasurer Roman?
Yes.
Clerk Noble, yes.
Okay, second reading of ordinance amendment, Chapter 14, Article 2, Excavations and Extraction, Section 14-25, Performance Standards. Mr. O'Neill.
Again, as I mentioned, this just relates to working hours for construction, just
You
trying.
can't get there at 4:30 in the morning and fire up your D9 cat?
We're trying to curtail the weekend working hours to, be 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. rather than 7 to 7, and don't work on Sunday without township approval. I mean, a good example of it is the new Culvers next to Meyer. There is no one in the township that can see or hear any work going on in such a remote area like along M59, so there's no reason why they can't work 7 days a week. But most of the time, there are residents that are nearby, and nobody wants to wake up at 7 a.m. on Sunday morning to a tailgate slamming.
Yeah, I don't blame them.
So,
Okay, I'll make a.
I'm sorry, I just had a question.
Go ahead.
Just clarification. This was brought to my attention by one of our residents. The whole thing about the noise zoning, joining to residential, the idea of 60 decibels for the idea of that. And I think I read it correctly, that says it's based on 300 feet from somebody else's, the adjoining property? Is that how it reads?
That is, a vibration is 300 feet. So if you look at number 2, which is not being changed, no machinery or equipment shall be located closer than 300 feet to a residential district without written certification by the township that nuisance is not thereby caused to the residential district. Is that?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So the question that I was asking is like, who would measure that? If all of a sudden we got a complaint, how would that be measured?
Code enforcement.
Well, yeah.
That's what I thought.
So that it opens up a whole can of worms. So it's measured at the lot line for noise. We do not have a decibel meter, and even if we did, it's like a police officer with the certification to like operate a radar. If I go out there with a decibel meter and I start pointing it at things and I say, this is a number I got, and then Lisa brings me into court and they say, well, are you an expert at this? The answer is going to be no. I bought this at Radio Shack and it gave me a number and I sent the guy a letter. So if we have an ongoing nuisance, generally this happens after hours, right? Either before 6 a.m. or after 9 p.m. Someone calls the police department, they go out because there's some sort of a nuisance. Police department they deal with it as sort of a disturbing the peace kind of a thing. And then we usually follow back up with them if it's related in any way to, say, a project going on in the township. If Dan calls me and says, hey, they were working past 9 p.m. or they're working into the night on a construction project, then there are ways that we deal with that when there's active construction. Most of the complaints we get with noise are neighbors with barking dogs or someone playing a radio too loud. We occasionally get them related to construction projects, but like I said, we would deal with them directly, and sometimes we'll just shut them down. If they continue to violate it, we just shut them down. So they're violating it for 2 days, we stop all work for 2 days. And, things like that.
No, this was more of a single-family resident as far as noise and everything else from that standpoint.
As much as in our performance standards, we do have levels that have to be adhered to. Again, most of the time, we're not the ones who are called. I mean, frankly, if you mow your lawn and I'm standing at your property line, you're going to exceed 60 decibels with your lawnmower at the property line. So there's got to be some reasonability applied to this. You're just mowing your lawn. You're not, playing a radio super loud at midnight, big difference. So there's a lot, we get lots, you wouldn't believe the calls we get. Some are very off the wall. We just deal with them the best we can, but that's sort of how we would process and handle.
I just needed to understand the process.
Sure.
Okay.
Thank you, I'm sorry.
Okay, moving along. So I'd like to make a motion, to take an adoption of from second reading to adoption for the ordinance amendment, Chapter 14, Article 2, excavations and extractions, Section 14.25, performance standards. That's a form of a motion.
Support.
I have support from Trustee Smith. Roll call vote.
Trustee Smith?
Yes.
Clerk Noble, yes. Supervisor Kowal?
Yes.
Treasurer Roman?
Yes.
Trustee Voorhees?
Yes.
Trustee Voorhees?
Yes.
And Trustee Anderson?
Yes.
Felt like Ferris Bueller a minute ago.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, thank you. Civic Center update. They are pouring concrete in the lower level of both buildings now. So the membrane has been put in place at the Public Safety Building, and we'll be able to have a racquetball tournament there on Saturday, okay? So there is plenty of room, but all of the underground work is continually going on, site work and development is going on. There's just a number of activities, it's very busy. We're trying to keep the public aware of that with the updates that we get through McCarthy and Smith and put them on the website, up and into including drone footage so you guys can see what's going on, because when you drive by it from the road, I had somebody ask me today, not much happening over there. Well, from the road, it doesn't look like a lot right now. When's Steele's gonna be here, what, Mike, in 2 weeks?
I think in 1 week.
Is it a week? Okay.
I believe so.
Yeah, so that'll start going up on the Public Safety Building, and that will be the endoskeleton of which all of the framing, everything will be built around, and that'll be coming. And then the timber framing for the Township Building will be here sometime, September, right? I think it was September.
Hopefully, yeah, as long as we can get the drawings finalized.
Yeah, so that's where we stand. Mike, you got anything to add?
Stanley Park, what do you think, Sean?
they're clipping along. The structure that was there was demolished last week and cleaned up. Everything's been graded out. There was a slight pause for some verification of some grading that needed to be done and some corrections to some of the grading. And they're back working again. And I mean, the goal is to absolutely have this done in October. I think October 15th is the stop date that we have from the state and, because of the reptile issue we have there. And so I expect that we'll make that deadline. I think they put all of the helical piers down for, for the head wall for the dock. So they're making good progress. They're doing a nice job.
Very good. Okay, trustee comments. Mr. Noble.
I'd just like to thank everybody for coming out tonight and expressing your comments for the garbage, and like to thank our staff, and just wish everybody a good rest of their week.
Very good. Trustee Voorhees.
Just congratulations to Chief Keller on another successful, crazy, out of control, all those different words, golf outing. I was there for the meal, the important part.
I would like to say that our team, Ruggles,
Right.
Roman,
I'm sorry,
McDonald,
we
won it. That's your turn, Nancy.
We didn't get a verification of the.
and we donated the money back.
Right.
I heard the clerk's putter was hot, too. I heard he was draining the putts.
Yeah, because you couldn't make a drive.
Well, I didn't say that.
That's why they have teamwork, to make him look better. And then I just want to remind everyone that Rockin' the Farm is this Friday from 6 to 8 at the Fisk Farm. Gates open at 5 with the Von Zippers, a classic rock band, and a special James Taylor tribute band is opening. The Police Foundation and the Fire Foundation will be selling food and beverages. Thank you.
Okay, trustee Smith.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. I first want to thank Ashley and our fire department for planning such a wonderful farewell congratulatory party for Chief John Holland as he retired, and we certainly wish him well. It was very well attended. It's obvious that his 40 years here was spectacular, and he did a great job, and it was nice to see not only township people, but county people all over came to celebrate him and wish him well. So wishing him all the best and health and enjoyment with his family as he's now retired from the township. And we're looking forward to welcoming our new fire chief soon. I want to also congratulate the library. They had a fun disco party celebrating their 50-year anniversary, as they're going to celebrate all year. I was honored to be able to speak at that party. It was well attended. They did a great job. They had great community support. And I appreciate the fire and the police also supporting the library. They gave raffle baskets, and just bravo to the library. It was a fun party. I'm so glad to see so many new faces here tonight. Thank you, residents, for coming. I, for one, appreciate you being passionate and interested residents. Thank you for bringing your concerns and thoughts to us. We don't know about them unless you come to us always, you know? So I personally appreciate you taking the time out of your evening today to come, and we're here to help you. And so our department heads that sit here to my right, they're experts in their field, and if you have questions, please contact us anytime or come to their office. We're all here to help you, and we'll get through whatever you have to, bring forward to us. But please let us know, and thanks again for coming tonight. Rockin' the Farm, I just want to ditto on Friday. It will be lots of fun. It always is, and I encourage you again to support our police and fire. Fire will be selling hot dogs, water, and chips, I think, for $5, and the Police Foundation will be in the beer and spirits tent. So come on out and bring a lawn chair and bug spray, and it'll be a fun night. That's all I have tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Roman.
Thanks, Rick. Wanted to thank everyone for coming out this evening, as always, and for those of you that are watching from home, thanks for tuning in. First, wanted to thank Deputy Clerk Santiago. He came through. We needed had kind of an emergency meeting notice that needed to be posted on the website. Deputy Clerk Santiago came through and was able to do that for us yesterday, so thanks to him. Also wanted to talk about a 1% administrative fee. Last November, our board approved a 1% administrative fee that went on the tax bills. On the back of your tax bills, under property and tax information, I want to read the last sentence, which reads as follows. Beginning with summer 2025 property tax bills, we believe it necessary to approve a 1% administrative fee pursuant to MCL 211.44 to cover costs for assessing property values, collecting the property tax levies, and in the review and appeal process. The board thought it was necessary. It does help free up other monies that the township is using for all kinds of things, pay raises, new buildings, our medical costs, our pensions. All these costs are going up. Our retiree health care, Medicare fees just went up 17%. We've put in new software, BSNA Cloud. Our IT support keeps jumping up, and we're putting more and more money into cybersecurity. We have to do it. If anyone has any questions and you need to know more, please call our office and ask for me. I don't know, Rick, did you want to take a question?
I can wait till after the meeting.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, please, come to the office, understand, why we're doing what we're doing, okay? So, you good, Mike? That's it?
Good, thanks.
Okay. Again, thanks, give me 1 second, sir. Thanks, everybody, for being here tonight. And
Steve Anderson?
what's that?
Steve Anderson.
Oh, gosh, no wonder.
You're just so excited about.
I'm just so excited. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Anyway, I just wanted to make a point. We've been doing very well with, as a board liaison to ZBA, so we're getting things taken care of a lot quicker and everything else. And I made a commitment to you guys, I do that. So especially, it's very important to all the constituents and the homeowners as far as for White Lake to be able to come to these meetings and get their resolution a lot quicker. That all said, we didn't have a ZBA last month, but we will have one on 7/24. So we'll see what's on the agenda and the docket. I also want to go ahead and thank the chief and the police department for their fundraiser. It was well attended, as everybody knows, and I was happy to support the event. But a lot of the times it was a lot of fun. But the key thing is the amount of money that you raise for the, team experience, shop with a cop, open house, the youth and citizen academy. And a lot of the times people don't realize how much you take that money. It's 40,000 last year. Hopefully it's a lot more this year that we raised. If not, just did it from, Clerk Noble. He has extra money. So
I gave it back.
He did give it back.
You get more to give.
But anyway, thanks again, Chief, for the.
Or I'm sorry, we gave it back.
Yeah, you gave it back, yeah. So.
All right, now I can speak?
Now
Okay,
you may
thank
speak.
Well, thanks, everybody, for being here tonight. Certainly appreciate it. Certainly appreciate your patience. You have one last thing to say.
How many residents live in White Lake Town?
31,000 and some change.
33,083.
Is that what it is now?
Yeah, 33.
Okay.
Is that full-time,
33,083,
full-time residents?
full-time.
Okay. All right, there you go. All right, well then I'll say good night, God bless, motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Support.
I have motion, I have support, all in favor?
Aye.
Adjourn.